I'll be delighted to come to the nick with you, Bulman.
The feeling's mutual, Spider.
I'm clean.
So are my underpants, but I don't have to prove it.
Just give me 6 hours.
Turn it in.
Look, I told you I'll give you Laidlaw on a plate.
They're chasing £500,000 worth of diamonds, Spider.
That's right. Laidlaw.
Get in.
Thank you. One. Good God. Warren, this is outrageous. Warren! Why must I always be let down? What have I done?
I think you may have blown it, Major.
Me and you.
I don't speak for Reissen, but I've done nothing remiss.
Reisson's a tick, and you're a slob. Here am I trying to save the nation, and all you do is let me down. Why am I the only professional in the organization?
I'd put it down to the girl.
Never. Never.
Please yourself. All I know is you've lost the diamonds, and either Spider, Scott, or Dodson ain't dead.
You're in very deep, Spider.
That's why they tried to blow me to bits this morning. That's why Ozzy Jenkins got it. He knew Laidlaw. He knew what they were up to.
No marks, no injuries. The post-mortem points to suicide.
Oh, you don't believe that, do you?
The pathologist doesn't accept the evidence.
It was a concrete boot.
Give me some more on the robbery.
I can't. I was a decoy.
Yeah, you didn't know it was Dodson.
No.
You stepped out for a phone call 2 minutes before the bomb went up.
Look, check with the clerk at gate 43.
Leave it out.
Use your loaf, Bulman. How could I know anything about that robbery? You don't tell the sitting duck it's a target, do you? I'll talk to anybody you want, but it's wasting time. We could break this open, George. Why hand over your big case to someone else?
You've nearly convinced me. You can go now, and I think we owe you a lift home this time. Get the car, Derek. But I want to see you again in the morning. Willis will tell you where.
Now there's a pleasant surprise. Truth is, I didn't really think I'd find you in. And I thought, why not pop round just in case? Never know your luck when you're dealing with a lovely lady like yourself.
I got back half an hour ago. What do you want?
To know what's going on, darling. Getting a picture, know what I mean?
Nothing's changed. The handover to the buyers tonight.
What about the boyfriend? He won't care too much about the old arrangement.
What are you talking about?
It's out, darling. There was a bomb. The bomb went bang, but the bang wasn't big enough. The remains is a body and it wasn't Spider's. It's in the news.
Hands behind your head, Reissen, or I'll kill you.
I'm not trying anything.
On your neck.
I've come to suggest a deal. I mean, I like it, except that it's happened to me. I think Spider's very smart. I'll say he's bloody clever. Coming on all his moral indignation about Ozzy Jenkins' concrete boot, and all the time he's doing the ice with you. $500,000 in diamonds, very sweet. He said he'd come back for a big one. I say, and I set it up for him.
What's your deal, Reissen?
Three-way split, my cut of the action for your protection. You need good friends when you're rich. Spider will appreciate that.
That'll be about double what you were getting.
10 times as much as you were getting in the first place. With my boy Spider, you're top of the heap. Okay? That's private enterprise. I'm as chocker with Laidlaw and his loony politics as you are. Now, bring me into the team, and you won't regret it.
Maybe.
Tell Spider we'll make the deal on the split, just the three of us, when we fence the gear tonight, all right?
It's me. Yes, I don't know how it happened. No good shouting, that won't solve anything. All right. By the way, Reisen's here. He wants to Welsh on the deal.
Hello, Penny. Hello, hello. Hello, darling. Are you all right? Is he dead? I think nothing of it. He's a tick. No, just leave him. The tick is squashed.
What?
Reissen.
She topped old Reissen?
He was double-crossing me, Warren. He jumped my little girl.
Oh, the speed's got too fast for me, Laidlaw.
There's nothing against us, only Scott's word. What's that compared with mine?
You and your little girl can sort that out. I've swallowed.
Where are you going?
Home and away, mate. Home and away.
Oh, no, you're not. You're going to move Reissen's body.
You're kidding.
You forfeit your cut.
You keep it. I'm off.
Yeah, that's where they found Ozzy. Just round there. Right state he was in. Phew, he didn't half stink.
Cap in hand, Bulman. You've come to apologise. Laidlaw like that.
Yeah, charming.
Then you hit him with the bad news. Make me sound as tricky and as vicious as you like. Well, that should come easy enough.
Like breathing, Spider. And Spider! If you do me up on this, I'll run you down. I'll crucify you.
Sure.
All right.
What's his game?
He wants the bloke that killed Ozzy Jenkins.
You trust him?
He's a villain, Willis. As far as I can spit. Come on.
Laidlaw? Scott here. I'm in Manchester. You killed Dodson, and you very nearly killed me, but now I've got you. I want the girl and the diamonds. If Reissen's got them, get them from him by 8 tonight. And I'll contact Penny at her flat.
He's in love with you, my dear.
Maybe. It's all a bit too pat. Why should he tell us he's in Manchester?
What difference does that make?
Tony better move with that body. Scott's a snooper.
Tony is excellent.
I wish I could see why.
His attitude, Pen.
Drunk all the time?
He's without remorse or pity. And yet he's not a sadist, which is excellent. He's the perfect executioner.
It's he who's brought us all this trouble by fouling up Jenkins' boot.
He's learning his trade, my dear. Besides, everything is working out beautifully now. We point the police towards Reissen, and Scott's story grows thinner by the minute.
Oh, it's still better if I deal with him.
Hello, Mr. Scott. I'm just tucking them in for the night. I've still got a cup of tea in a pot.
No, thanks. Thanks for backing me up the other night.
You've heard the word, then, have you?
Yeah.
Yeah. My esteemed governor won't accept the signs and traces. No prima facie evidence, so he says. There you go. He wouldn't know his elbow from his colon, so what do you expect? Blimey, mate, it makes you want to weep. As for the history of forensic medicine, do you know something? He ain't even read one of my papers. Now, the old boy, he was a toff and a learned gentleman, and he read my papers, and he published them and all. The Police Review, the Lancet, the New Society, all over. And he said I knew more about contused tissue than what he did.
Well, I'd like to pick your brains as well.
Yeah?
Yeah. Consultation fee.
That's very nice.
In all your research, have you ever come across a Dennis Laidlaw?
Helps ex-cons, head of Echo.
And former strong-arm man, union boss, coercion artist, moved to Detroit after the war, loan shark, bent OPA bond rep. You name it.
Don't sound like a Laidlaw, though. Unless he went under an assumed name. A sobriquet.
Pucker Englishman, major in the Chinders, religious fanatic. What sort of nickname do you get for that, lot?
Wait a minute, hold your water. That religious bit rings a note.
Yeah?
There was a major in Detroit. It's conjectured responsible for many a mysterious disappearance. Where's it? This one. Here. The memoirs of James Three-Fingered Brown Farnu, notorious homosexual hoodlum, friend and oppo of the divine Major.
Major?
Well, never. I always thought that divine nomenclature meant some sort of sexual persuasion. Well, I've been a boyfriend of Three-Fingered Brown.
Refers to the religious bit.
Certainly. Well, it's very historically Catholic, the old concrete boot, isn't it? What? All those sexy old nuns and naughty monks, they're all walled up together by their superiors, make their peace with God. Well, it was an act of contrition before they died.
Certain but not instant death.
Well, it's very conducive to repentance, especially when you hit the water. Oh, hello. Yeah, very regimental, this here, Major. He was overheard to promise one picky-nosed Wilson that he would stand to attention for eternity. Then he disappeared.
Does it say concrete boot?
Oh, it's logical, isn't it? You got the river.
Detroit?
31 miles of waterfront, walls and warehouses, 1.5 miles wide. It's ideal. Which way you chuck everything in, mate?
Warehouses. Yeah.
Fancy that cup of tea now? Drop a Jackie in it.
Yeah, I wouldn't say no.
I think I'll go and see Spider's girl. She'll know where he is.
Don't be silly, darling. Scott will come to you. He's infatuated.
Sergeant Bulman to see you, sir.
Really?
I'll go.
You must meet him for a minute. Show him in, Walter. He's what we're up against. A real oaf. Oh, hello, Bulman. Thought I'd got you cashiered.
Not quite, sir. Just an official reprimand. I've come to apologize, sir. I was out of order.
I ache a bit, Mag, but I'm all right now. I'm at the Nick with Bulman. Yeah, I'm turning Queen's evidence. Yeah, everything. He'll get us off the hook and then we can go away on a holiday in Rome somewhere. Yeah. Listen, I want to talk to Don. Well, there's a couple of things I want to sort out with the police, so be a good girl and give him a hand, will you? Of course I love you. She's not a bad old type, you know, all said and done.
I'm sure she's a very charming lady.
She's hardly a lady. Don, I want you to get over here with all my diving gear. Yeah, everything. Wetsuit, bottles, lamps, harpoon guns. Well, Maggie will show you where. We're going skin diving, son.
Oh, Dodson, the civil servant and enlightened liberal, was leading a double life.
Mm-hmm.
I must say, he took us all in.
But one thing I've come to learn in this job says that one rarely twigs the obvious. Look at Donald McLean. I can't count the number of coppers that found McLean blind drunk outside the Apollo Club in Soho, telling the world that he was a puff, a spy, and a communist.
You think Dodson was a spy?
I think he sold his information where he could. But we now know he was very interested in Russia.
Yes, a special branch friend of mine told me they were rather exercised over that aspect of the case. Perhaps that's why Jenkins killed himself. He didn't fancy being a traitor. I always felt deep down he was a patriotic chap.
Had a lot of forms, huh?
A recidivist?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and they're always the most difficult ones for us.
My contention entirely, sir. They can't change.
We've had some success.
So, your money has been well spent. You know that Dodson lifted your file, Major?
My file? No, I didn't.
Along with about 60 others. Microfilm from the bank and the masters, sir.
Out of millions.
One for every man, woman and child in the country. The security checked out a number of random persons whose politics was strong anti-communist. Otherwise, the file probably wouldn't have been missed for years.
No.
And what's interesting is that Dodson stole the file as they were logging it with information received from the FBI and the new Interpol exchange. And that would have been forgotten, too, if they hadn't referred back to Washington.
My connection with Senator McCarthy, that's no secret.
I believe there are also information about union activities in Detroit.
What information, man?
Testimony given to a Senate committee in 1966.
I was cleared and exonerated. There was no evidence against me.
No, sir, nothing.
Then what are you dithering about?
The smear value of this information fell into the wrong hands.
Like who?
Spider Scott's. I believe that Dodson was going to Russia, but Scott used him and got the files.
Yeah?
Or he'd turn Winnie the Pooh to advantage if there was money in it.
Oh, I don't think any amount of malicious smearing can damage my credibility, Sergeant. People know where I stand. I'm too established. But I appreciate you telling me. I'm sorry about our previous contretemps. I'll talk to the commissioner about you. You're a good chap. Perhaps I can help you.
Well, if you could put in a word, sir. My promotion comes up again at the end of the month.
I think I can give you a firm lead on that robbery, Bulman.
Where to, Sarge?
Don't know.
I've had to report in and say we still can't find him. We're doing routine checks.
Oh, good lad.
What happened?
Well, Laidlaw was very plausible with us.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and his contacts in the force were everywhere. You wouldn't believe.
Think I'm a right clown, Spider?
Of course I don't.
Of course you do. Busted airline pilot. Lonely old bachelor Don, living out of tins. Lying around the flat with his shoes off. You thought you were doing me the big favor coming in on the plane, yet I taught you to fly. Come on, admit it, it's true.
Look, leave off, will you?
You patronize me, mate. You walk all over Maggie, you use us.
Another time, Don.
Look, I was smashed over the head last night. My livelihood's just gone up in smoke.
Oh, stuff it, will you?
See, Laidlaw reckons that Spider would have been in the robbery with Maurice Reissen.
Right.
Yeah, and they skipped the country. Spider flew him out.
Well, he wouldn't have come back to Maggie Parsons. And he wouldn't have wasted his time with us,
Yeah,
would he?
well, we were looking for him and we gave him the time.
You reckon this turned you over, Sarge?
Maybe. Like a bloody kipper. Let's go to Reissens.
Who is it? Penny Burns from Echo. Ex-Criminal Help Organization. I have to speak to Spider. I'm sorry, but it really is very urgent. He's not here. But we'll have a talk. About why it's really very urgent.
I agree. Sliced chips, double rock chips, and a gherkin. Get up against it, Jim.
What you think, eh?
Great. Right on, man. What are the others?
It's a 105mm light field howitzer. Cop that, eh? Stick 'em up. Big bank job.
Can't do a bank with that, eh?
Well, who's gonna argue with it? I mean, it knocks out 15-kilo shells, HE, eat and smoke. Christ, they'll go Ben's eye.
Big bigs.
No, Grease. We stick it in the van. Just open it up and run it in like those mugs at the Royal Tournament. Wild, eh? What a gas.
Yeah.
Listen, I forgot. We got a job on. Major Lord, God Almighty, he wants us to move a stiff. And that'll be him on the old trumpet.
We're back out it.
No. Let's have our tea first.
How is it?
I don't know. Well, man, these are diabolical.
No, no.
This country is finished, Grease. Let's jack it in, eh? All this fish and chips are never like Paddy's in Kilburn. Get an haircut and go and join the chaps in Algeria. I mean, let's hit the first division.
We got any salt? That's it. Over there.
Spider's got his own lawyers if he needs them. He doesn't need anyone else poking their nose in. That's fine. But as a member of Echo, he is entitled to our legal protection service. We're very experienced. Spider's not stupid, dear. If he'd wanted you, he'd have contacted you. Possibly. I don't think you realize the kind of trouble he's in. Perhaps you're being rather stupid by not acting in his best interests. Look, dear, I've known Spider for 80 years, so I should know his interests, better than some little tart who spent a couple of nights with him. Let's let Spider decide on that. You make me sick, you do-gooders. So-called. Villains really turn you on, do they? Oh, yes. It's a great place to pick up blokes. The Ex-Criminal Help Organization. They must have their tongues hanging out by the time they get to you.
Where is Spider?
Lay off, Spider.
You know where he is.
Of course I do. First thing he did when he got off the train was come and see me and tell me he was all right. Like he always does.
That's fine. Then where did he go?
Look, dear, I don't have to tell you anything.
I've got to know.
All right, he went to the police.
I don't believe you. He's too much to lose.
I don't care what you believe.
Which police now? Which station?
He went with Bulman. He's turning Queen's errands. And get off my road!
You're lying!
No! You cow!
You stupid bitch. I've just seen Bulman. Now, where is he? Ah!
God! Now, sling it up, or you get this right in your face.
Put it in behind that pier, all right?
Just get a move on, will you?
Oh. I don't know why I'd do it either, mate. All that filth down there, I'll probably get hepatitis. You know what that means, don't you? No beer for 6 months. Good luck.
Dodgy, Sarge. We should have a warrant.
Don't tell me the law again, Willis. You can addend to my report later on, if you feel so inclined. Now get up those stairs and I'll show you how the professionals open and lock doors.
How did it go? Did you find anything?
Christ, did I? It's like a bloody Hall of Fame down there. They're all in concrete.
Bloody maniac. Here.
I think I know 2 of them.
Comics, sweet papers.
Suspender belt.
More comics. That's Captain Marvel. I always thought Reissen was one of the brighter lads.
They can be valuable, Sarge. Especially the early ones.
What are you doing? Tidying up?
An ABC airline directory. It's brand new.
Open it.
Where?
Well, it's brand new. See where 4's open? Here. North Lancs Airport. Back to the Nick Willis. You know what?
What's that?
That Major bloody Laidlaw was right.
I'm going to go to the girls' flat, Don.
They won't keep the deal. You'll end up down there with your chums.
Yeah, that's why I want to arrive early.
You've got all the evidence you need.
Yeah, but it's all got to be tied up. And I want the diamonds.
What you've said, they could be anywhere.
She'll take me to them.
You wouldn't be planning to run off with the girl and the diamonds, you bastard.
Now, if you stuck to those, your bird wouldn't be up the spout, would she?
So what's the story, Sarge?
The truth, Willis.
You picked Spider up, then you let him go. Because, well,
Because I abandoned my pragmatic position because I was swayed by the siren of caprice.
I wonder what the super will say to that.
2 years on the lost and found desk. I know, maybe that's where I belong. See, I'm not making the right connections. My life has become philosophically unsound. Bloody kids.
But look, we did give him till 10, Sarge.
My deadline was 4 o'clock when I had my hand on his collar.
Well, I'm sorry, Sarge. You're just going to have to see it through.
I recommend you for the armaments course.
Remember Music's No Mystery in the Chinese embassy?
Oh, you know, yeah.
Yeah. Will you come out on top on that one? Though God knows how.
The old orthodox paradox.
When in doubt, change direction, ain't it, Sarge?
Nearly, but not quite.
Derek?
Yeah?
You fancy a beer?
No, that's what I call a connection, Sarge.
Good evening, Captain Stevens. Be careful of that. Been fishing, have you?
Mr. Warren.
In person. Well, I thought I might meet someone down here, but I didn't expect it to be you. What's it all about?
I don't know, Mr. Warren.
Oh, come on, Captain. Now, what Spider found down there? £500,000 worth of diamonds?
No, he didn't.
Well, it's funny. Well, you see, I'm privy to information that the diamonds are being fenced here tonight.
Oh, yes.
So I'm asking myself, why didn't the girl bring them directly here? This is the safest spot in London.
Spider wasn't looking for diamonds. He found 3 bodies down there, wearing concrete boots.
Well, I'm not really amazed, Captain. But that's got nothing to do with me. All I'm interested in is diamonds. Are you interested in diamonds?
Not in stealing diamonds, no. Not diamonds.
Nor me. It's all become too messy. A big pong job under the armpit, niffy, you know. But how do you feel about returning the diamonds if we should find them?
The insurance reward?
That's it. 50-50, you and me. And I know for a fact they're around here somewhere.
Let's start looking.
I'm really glad I found you down here, Captain.
I'm very glad you came.
But I think I ought to leave before the filth hits the fan. Can you fly me out of the country tonight?
I haven't got a plane, remember? I think I know someone who could.
Lovely.
I think there's something on the end of this line.
All the accoutrements of conspicuous consumption. Hey, Grace? Terrific. Terrific. Yeah, everything a man could wish for. Including Madame. And she's a tasty piece of meat. You cropped that photograph in a bedroom? In a necklace she wears. Cool. Lovely.
Hey. What about the house guest? Eh?
Well, I don't think he's going to give us any trouble, Chris.
Now, steady.
Easy, you're careful.
Come on. Down the stairs.
Give me.
Oh, jeez.
He's as heavy as a bloody tank.
You're bleeding kidding, are you?
Yeah, you better do the lights.
Hey? Oh.
Hey, Grace, give me coal. Grace!
Hold it right there, Spider.
Yeah, she'll get married. But I won't be marrying her. You see, she's engaged to this garage owner, and she wants to marry him. I was just a fellow she knocked about within a week. That's why I'm a bit choked. I mean, I was well suited with the arrangement. It didn't interfere with the football at the weekend.
You mean to tell me that this garage owner will be father to your horrible kid?
He's only interested in money and jam jars. The kid's for her. I suppose that's why she's not that bothered. Anyway, he can show it to his customers and they'll tell him what a clever dad he is.
Not only is that false pretenses, but that is about the most disgusting story I have ever heard.
Sorry, Sarge?
The human being is a horrible animal, Willis. Let's go and see Maggie Parsons.
Spider! This was a perfect job, a perfect setup until you came in.
Huh?
Now the diamonds have gone.
The diamonds? Oh, no. Give us a kiss. I haven't got the bloody diamonds.
You'll have to do better than that. You should be dead by now.
Well, you worked hard enough towards it, haven't you?
Wasn't too hard.
Oh, come on, I know when a girl fancies me.
I can turn myself onto anything if I have to.
What's that nutter Laidlaw got over you, eh? We talked about going to Rome.
Are you on your own or are you working with Warren? You were pretty thick with him in the old days.
Charlie Warren?
Someone tipped you off about that bomb. Now the diamonds have gone and Warren's disappeared.
I must say your mob makes a lot of mistakes. I mean, look at Ozzy's boot. Would have thought you'd known more about concrete by now than McAlpine.
You're trying to tell me you haven't got them.
Yes, why else do you think I came here, baby? To sit in Reissen's chair? I came here to pick up the diamonds and you.
Reissen was trying to do me up.
Is that why your neck hurts?
We're wasting time. I don't think Warren's got the diamonds. He's too scared.
Forget the bloody diamonds and let's talk about us.
You're in no position to talk about anything. Because if you haven't got the diamonds, you're dead.
Well, you can forget him because he's finished.
Let's get it over with now. The diamonds have gone.
That's your lot, mastermind.
You're a self-willed, insubordinate ass, Scott. Entirely without grace or ideals. You can't turn her against me, my dear fellow. She loves me.
You his mistress?
She's my daughter, whom your filthy mistress tried to maim.
Maggie? Well, you'll be maimed after 20 years in jail. If you let me go, I'll look after her.
He says he hasn't got the diamonds.
The diamonds are a mere bagatelle. We can do a job like that every month if we want to. I'm laying the foundations of a great new Pax Britannica, Scott. I shall be the healer of threat, anarchy, and disorder.
You're bloody mad.
Do you realize I only have to make one telephone call to start my revolution of the right? And you tried to be the stumbling block to a massive movement. But I will let you die for the sake of your country on your feet like a man. And I want you to consider what a rotten, horrible squirt you've been and ask the almighty and merciful God to forgive you.
So it's the concrete boot again, is it?
Thought you swore us like the last post, Sunshine.
Well, Maggie Parsons says he's not interested in the diamonds.
If he hasn't got the diamonds, Derek, what the hell is he looking for?
In a rubber suit.
At the bottom of the river. Laidlaw's warehouse is also by the river, eh?
Right.
You know, I think I'm going to have to admit that Spider's right. It's time to call in the cavalry, Derek, because if Spider is right, the connection must be the Echo Centre. Hello, Charlie 3.
Hurry up, Chris. Let's down then. There's a chance we're...
There you go. All yours. Now, don't put him in till you're right in the middle. You don't want his head bobbing like a boy on the low tide.
No sweat.
Better not be. Hit him up. You'll all end up in the water.
Okay.
Goodbye, Mr. Scott.
Let's leave him to it. Go. Right.
He's all yours, mate.
Idiot. Now you know what a tea bag feels like, don't you?
Do you remember a chap called William Scott?
Yes, sir.
Known as Spider to his intimates. Met him about a year ago. brilliant cat burglar. Nearly got himself drowned. Most gratifying when he did the right thing without my interfering. Fairfax? Oh, good morning, sir. Yes, I'm preparing the list now. Should be ready sometime next week. Are you quite sure Thresher is the right man to chair it? I see. Well, quite frankly, he wouldn't be my choice. No, thanks. Still, if the PM insists, who am I to reason why?
That's the lot, sir. Have you enough gen on the other possible members?
Oh, yes, this list is remarkably comprehensive.
Well, oh, Spider, having almost descended to the murky depths, you came up with a proverbial mouthful of chocolate biscuit.
You mean you failed to stop me collecting the insurance reward money?
I'm afraid so. I might well have managed it, but Captain Stevens here found the diamonds, handed them in. There was no case for objection.
I didn't think there would be.
Terrific.
Yes. Well, I'm happy to tell you that the... Great. Well, I've had the pleasure of a commendation from Superintendent Cummings. And, if the gods favour me, there's a hint of promotion in the air. Oh, it's early days yet.
Well, they can make you Home Secretary, as long as it keeps you off my back.
Well, I think I'd turn it down in that case, Spider. Anyway, I brought you something for your chill. Drop a Tom Thumb.
Sergeant Bulman? Well, that's very kind of you.
Do you good.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be seeing you.
Not too soon, I hope.
Yes. I think our friend Scott would add precisely the right ingredient.
His criminal record is appalling.
Exactly. That. And a strange sort of integrity is what appeals to me.
That report mentions a very recent involvement with a serious robbery.
Plus the fact that he was nearly killed twice. The point is that he was being used. He was not an active element in the crime. I was wondering if he might appreciate a change of pace. Get away from the rough trade for a bit.
So, you just want to use his expert knowledge of the criminal world?
That's not quite all I want to use. There could be an element of considerable danger. But there's no need for him to know that.
Very well, sir. I'll draft a letter.
Oh. So, me old mate and mucker, we can afford that jet after all, eh?
What jet?
Well, for our racing air service in France, now we've got the insurance money and the reward money.
No, our partnership's finished, Spider.
You're kidding?
I told you when you took the plane up north.
Yeah, but they were holding a gun at my head, weren't they?
You bring too much trouble, old man. It's not worth it.
Well,
sorry.
Okay, then. We'll get our solicitors to dissolve the partnership.
Yep, as soon as possible. How are we getting along?
When are you collecting the reward money?
Well, they said they'd call me.
Make sure you call me, won't you?
Why?
Well, I should like to know when it comes through.
I don't see why, old man. Nothing in it for you.
You what?
As Bulman said, I've recovered the diamonds I handed them in. The reward's mine.
It's 30,000 quid, you lousy bastard.
34, actually. Cheerio. See you around. Sometime.
Well, I find that amazing.
What a bastard. He's supposed to be our friend.
Yeah.
Well, he can't get away with that.
Unfortunately, sweetheart, you can.